Max Talks Movies. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Max Talks Box Office. Today I am breaking down the box office of this past weekend, which was October 24th to the 26th, 2025. Looking ahead to the movies that are coming out this weekend, also recapping the overall numbers domestic and worldwide this year, and also at the end of the video, telling you my upcoming videos here on the channel. So my name is Max Stenberg. Welcome back to Max Talks Box Office on Max Talks Movies. If you're new to the channel, guys, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers to start 2026, so please subscribe, ring the bell. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, movie franchise rankings, out-of-theater reactions, and this show every single week, so please subscribe, ring the bell. Comment down below, what did you see in theaters this past weekend? What are you going to see this upcoming weekend? And also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. So, without further ado, let's get into this past weekend's box office, which I said was October 24th to the 26th, 2025. And in first place is Chainsaw Man the movie, another Japanese anime film from Sony and Crunchyroll, and yet another new anime film is number one at the box office. $18 million opening for Chainsaw Man. While yes, this is not on the level of the previous, Demon Slayer, when Demon Slayer first hit theaters in the United States in 2021, this was around the time of its opening. So we'll see. Chainsaw Man is a big franchise. We'll see if they do more movies and if this franchise continues to grow in theaters. Again, Demon Slayer opened to like 18, 17 million 4 years ago, and now it's grossing around 30 to 40 million dollars per movie on opening weekend. So, but again, we're really seeing the power of Japanese anime here in the United States because I think it was a big niche back when I was growing up, but now it's not just more than acceptable to be a major anime fan. And not just that, now you're seeing people go in droves to see these movies in theaters. So Chainsaw Man came in at number one this past weekend. Black Phone 2 is in its second weekend. It dropped 52%. He made $13 million, $49 million for its domestic total so far. Again, this movie was not made expensively. It has a $30 million budget, which is around a 15 more million than the last one. But this movie is going to make its money in theaters for Universal. Black Phone 2's had very good word of mouth, very good critic and audience scores. And the fact that this didn't drop like 60 or 70% is always a good sign for any movie. In their second weekend, now with some pretty weak competition that just hit theaters, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So this is all good signs for Black Phone 2. Again, down the line, it'll PVOD, then Peacock. Universal is the fastest to getting their movies to PVOD than anyone. So assume Black Phone 2. I think Black Phone 2 also, by the way, has potential to do very well for this weekend. It is Halloween weekend. So, and there's no horror movies hitting theaters this weekend. So Black Phone 2 could have a really good hold for its third weekend if people want to see a scary movie for Halloween. In third place this weekend, and the number one movie that hit theaters this past weekend was Regretting You from Paramount. It opened at $12.8 million. So for its opening weekend. This is obviously the second book adaptation for Colleen Hoover. Last year, It Ends With Us was a massive success in August. Obviously, it was riding off the coattails of Blake Lively and the Ryan Reynolds situation, but it was also heavily seen due to the off-screen drama that came out a week before the movie came out between Baldoni and Lively. That movie made $50 million in its three-day opening weekend, domestically $80 million overall. Now, we knew Regretting You was not going to be on that level, but it does not seem Colleen Hoover will go 2 for 2 because, again, people say this is one of her worst books. So people really weren't excited for this movie anyway. The budget for this movie was $30 million and needs to make around 75, 80 million to break even. It will probably get there, especially when it hits PVOD down the line. But again, comparing it to It Ends With Us is tough because Blake Lively, even before the drama, was a big enough star to open up movies. Here, Allison Williams, Dave Franco, and then the two teenagers are not usually known for people opening movies pretty big, especially the adults. Allison Williams, Megan 2.0 had a huge drop off on the first one. Franco's been in and out of movies over the last 5 years since his brother's allegations. So it's been Not maybe not the most well-cast movie. I think they were really heavily selling it on. This is the same writer as It Ends With Us, but it doesn't seem like people were as interested, obviously, than that movie last year. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere is in fourth place. It opened to $9.1 million. Now, this is not a great opening for this movie. I think many people predicted this would do better than Regretting You, but the audience scores are solid for Springsteen, but the critic reviews are not great for this movie, nor Regretting You. Both movies that came out this weekend had solid audience scores, not great critic scores. Now, Jeremy Allen White, this is his really first time opening a movie since his fame with Shameless and The Bear. He has plenty of things already lined up. He has The Social Network 2 coming out soon. He has the movie with Austin Butler coming out, and he'll be in Mandalorian and Grogu. So Jeremy Allen White opening a movie to 9 million, I think is fine. But again, we're still trying to find that crop of actors who really can be a movie star out of these young 25 and above actors. We have Jeremy Allen White, Austin Butler, Glenn Powell, Timothy Chalamet, all of these guys trying to be movie stars, and we're trying to figure that out with the box office. Now, again, music biopics don't always do the greatest. Really, since Bohemian Rhapsody, it's kind of gone downhill from a box office perspective. Complete Unknown did a little bit better last year, but that was also a Christmas release, not, towards the end of October. And this movie does not seem to have much momentum heading into awards season outside of Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Strong. So again, I think this movie will do fine. This is from Disney, which is Fox Studios. So down the line, it'll hit PVOD. And then Tron Ares from Disney is at number 5. It dropped another 56% in its third weekend, 4.9 million, 63.3. This turned out to be a total disaster for Disney, bringing back the Tron franchise 15 years later. Jared Leto will have one last chance to be a lead in a major franchise as he's starring in the Masters of the Universe movie coming out next year. If that movie does not open very big and is a disaster as well, I think we could kiss goodbye Jared Leto being a major lead actor for big movies anytime soon. Looking at the overall numbers here domestically so far this year, it has not changed at all. Minecraft, Lilo and Stitch, Superman, Jurassic World Rebirth, Sinners, Fantastic Four, How to Train Your Dragon, Captain America, Mission Impossible, Thunderbolts is still the top 10. It's funny, F1 only 1 million behind Thunderbolts, but again, both those movies are done in theaters. So we'll see if November will give us any movies that will join this list. We look at the overall worldwide numbers, also nothing to change here. Lilo and Stitch at 2, Minecraft at 3, Jurassic World Rebirth at 4, Demon Slayer at 5, How to Train Your Dragon at 6, F1 at 7, Superman at 8, Mission Impossible at 9, and Fantastic Four at 10. So this is the final, technically, last weekend of the box office in October, because this upcoming weekend is it. We have October 31st to November 2nd this upcoming weekend. The biggest new movie that's hitting theaters this weekend is Begonia. That's the movie directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. That movie opened to limited release last weekend. It goes wide this weekend, and it's the only major new release hitting theaters because there's a lot of re-releases hitting theaters this weekend. Sinners is hitting limited IMAX screens across the country this weekend as it's getting ready for some Halloween screenings. So it's taking up all the IMAX screens for the most part this weekend. K-pop Demon Hunter Sing-Along is back in theaters. The last time K-pop Demon Hunter Sing-Along was in theaters, it was #1 at the box office. So we'll see if K-pop can repeat itself and get to the top of the box office when I talk to you guys next week. And then it is the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future. That movie is also getting a re-release. That movie is also hitting theaters this upcoming weekend. And that wraps up the month of October in theaters. So next weekend, I'll break down all of the November releases that will be hitting theaters. Videos here on the channel this week. I'm going to see Begonia. That review will be on the channel this week. Tomorrow, you'll be getting my review for season 5 of Only Murders in the Building. It's going to be probably a full spoiler review for Only Murders in the Building, so definitely stay tuned to that video. Tons of videos are coming to the channel very soon, so please subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when my videos hit the channel. Like this video, comment, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon.